Hi everyone, it's Luna here. And since Halloween is literally around the corner, I'm recording this on the 29th. I wanted to share my Halloween experience. I only really had one, and I'll take you back, you know, back in my days. So, I live in the city. My parents never really took me out trick or treating. Not really. I rarely ever actually went trick or treating. And what I mean by that, like go house to house, get candy. Yeah, that never happened. And not only that, but if I were to go trick or treating, they would just take me to the mall, which I never really counted because I didn't even come out with candy. It was just other stuff that wasn't even good for a kid my age. So trick or treating wasn't really the best, but I always enjoyed Halloween. I always loved dressing up, and I did that when I was a kid, elementary school. Like elementary school, when I was going to school on Halloween, I would always dress up. Always, 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 always. It was just nice to dress up. I always like the spookiness. If you don't know me, I really like horror. Scary movies, scary games. That's why I'm obsessed with Phasmophobia. And my favorite game franchise is Resident Evil. And there's other games that I love too, like Fatal Frame, the Clock Tower series. So it's like I love like horror. Horror is my genre. So Halloween is one of my favorites. It's a little sad that I couldn't go trick or treating. Sometimes my parents didn't really take me, but at least they tried. I'll give them that. At least they did try. At least they took me to the mall. I can understand. My parents are really overprotective, so I can imagine them wanting to, like, taking me to a, you know, house to house. Probably would have been a bit scary, even if they were to be with me by my side. So I can understand that. And it also didn't help that at one point I almost got kidnapped as a kid, but that's another story to tell. So I don't blame them, but it would have been nice. So my oldest sister, because I'm the youngest, I have two sisters. So my oldest one, I'm gonna name her Sally. So Sally, she was dating this guy. I'm gonna name him Eric. Eric and Sally, they've been dating. Well, they're married now, but at the time they were dating, and he lived in another city that really wasn't that far from us. So he would always come in and out, and I was always visit his house, when he used to live with his parents, you know. And because of them, one Halloween actually, they told me, they're like, hey, we can take you. I think this was like my final year too. Like my last year, technically, like you don't, like, once after that, you can't go trick or treating because you're like grown up technically. Yeah, I was around that age, if I remember. So, like, maybe like 12, 11. So, they were like, hey, let's go trick or treating. They were actually gonna take me trick or treating, like, go around his neighborhood. Because they usually decorate his neighborhood, like, pretty decently well. And I was like, hey, why not? So, it was pretty fun. I was excited. It was my first time actually going trick or treating. Like house to house trick or treating. I'm gonna just call it that. And my costume that year was also something that I love. who I love, and I'm glad I even got the chance to even wear a costume like that. So I picked Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman. My name is Diana in real life, so she's probably one of the only reasons why I even love my name, other than Princess Diana herself. But, and yes, I was named after her. Princess Diana, not Wonder Woman, Princess Diana, but like Princess Diana. I was named after her because I was born a month after she passed. So they are two of the reasons why I love my name. And love Wonder Woman. I always love Wonder Woman. I love how, like, what she stood for, stuff like that. And if you, just in case, I guess, people saying, I love Marvel and I love DC. I like both, okay? Like, to me, superheroes, cool. Doesn't matter which side. They're awesome. That being said, let's continue the story. So, this is not really like a scary story. Just letting you guys know that too. More like just a Halloween experience that I had, especially trick or treating. My trick or treating experience, more like. So, anyways, I went to their house, right? Like to Eric's house, which is the parents. I call him his parents' house because he's not there anymore. So I'm just so used to that. So I we went to his place, his parents. And his dad is like a jokester. He's like a very very funny guy, and I was just so excited. I was like, no, I don't think I was really running around the house, but I was just walking around, just being happy, especially like me dressing up as someone I liked. So I was just like happy and stuff like that. And then my and then Eric's dad says, "Oh, be careful! You're gonna jump out the window." And I just laughed. I was like, "Oh no, oh no, I don't want that to happen." He was being very funny. Like I said, he's like a jokester kind of guy. So, anything he says always made me laugh. Then again, anything really makes me laugh. Being nervous makes me laugh. So, but no, honestly, generally that whole side of the family, they know how to, they got jokes. They got jokes. So, after that, I was just waiting for them, like for my sister and her boyfriend to get ready. And finally, they were ready, and they're like, "All right, let's go." So I was like, "Okay, we go." So we were walking. Everything was alright. I was going up to the houses, saying trick or treat. I'll admit I was kind of scared of some places because some of the houses were really decorated nice. Going in, like going up to the front door was kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. And I think some of them had dogs, and at the time I was kind of scared of dogs, considering I had a moment with one of them one time when I was a kid. So like I was in the process of trying not to be scared of dogs anymore, but I was still scared of dogs. So I was just like very hesitant because the dogs were like barking, and I feel like they probably would have chased me or something. So I stayed away from that house. But other than that, it was going well. Like, the trick or treating was going well. I saw other people dressed up. My sister and her boyfriend were like both good. They were checking up on me. They were making sure I was fine. But they were letting me do my thing at the same time. They were making sure they were at the entrance of the house, but they would make me go by myself to the door, kind of thing. So that's what I mean. They were still there. So if anything were to happen, they're literally right there. and but they gave me a chance to do it on my own, which I did like, but to me it doesn't really matter, but it was nice for them to do that. So after a while, the trick or treating is going on. Like they took me out. Like it was not a short trick or treat. It was a pretty decent trick or treating. So, but we also have to be careful because his neighborhood also wasn't really the best. But it wasn't the worst for the city he lived in, because the city is really really bad. But his neighborhood was actually the better side, kind of, especially trick or treating. You know, so there's like really nothing bad. Although I did hear some stuff, but it's whatever. So after that, there was this one final house that my brother-in-law, I keep saying my sister's boyfriend, wanted to show me, or wanted to take me, because it was a long line, so it looked like, it was a pretty decent house. And it was like a nice house. It had like gates. There was this person that like was like standing on the, I don't know if it was even a person or like an automated thing. It looked like a person though. So I don't know. Maybe because I was just scared and I thought it was an actual person, but it was like a guy with a chainsaw, and the chainsaw was running. Like you heard the chainsaw, and I was just like, oh my god! And it was like right in front of me where I was waiting in line for. Or no, no, it wasn't. It was like close to like the entrance of the gate. So as I'm getting closer to that, I was like getting scared, because that was like so effing scary. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I almost didn't even want to go in that. And I think I told them that, like, I don't think I want to go. Like it's that's actually scary. But I think my brother-in-law said, like, I'll just go with you, if anything, if you're scared and stuff. I was like, okay. So we stayed in line, and as we're getting closer, I'm just like trying to look to see if that's like an actual person, to like at least make me feel better. Because if it was like an actual person, I guess it's just like, I mean, either way, I think I would have felt good. I just wanted to know what happened, if it was like real or fake. Like that's what that my curiosity was just peaked on that. Like, so when I was getting closer and I was looking, like I kind of was like kind of like moving my body closer to it, but like I was still in the same position I was in, like kind of like distance, but I was like moving like my upper body closer to it. So like leaning and stuff. And then all of a sudden I felt a push. It wasn't like a put, like I was like shoved and I hit myself on like it was like a little shove, but it was like a push. It wasn't like harsh or aggressive or anything, but it was just like a push. And I was, as soon as it, like whoever pushed me, the chainsaw, like the guy reacted. He was like he just like flinched toward like almost like raising the chainsaw towards me, like he was gonna get me. And I like got so scared, and I turned around and I thought it was like my sister and my brother-in-law, because usually like they usually do pranks like that. Like I would get scared all the time as a kid because my cousins would pull stuff, and my sisters usually like to pick on me, like this sibling picking. So I thought like maybe one of them did it as a joke because they knew I was scared. And I turned around, I was like, "Did you guys push me? Like that wasn't funny." Like I was genuinely scared. Like I felt like I was gonna cry right then and there. And they're like, no, they didn't even notice I got pushed. And then my brother-in-law got really mad and he was like who the fuck pushed her? I want to know right now. Like someone pushed my little sister. And then I was like, oh yeah, well that's how I know it wasn't him, because he wouldn't act like that if that was like, if he didn't, he wouldn't do that. And no, he wasn't gonna fight anyone. He just wanted to know who did it. Like he generally just wanted to know who did it. He's not really like type of person to fight. At least at the time when he started dating my sister, he wasn't that type to fight. So after that, I don't even think I went to get the candy. I really don't remember. But I just remember going back to his place and I was just really like, not traumatized, but kind of almost there, if you get what I mean. I don't know how to properly explain. Like I was just petrified. I guess I would just say I was like so petrified. I'm just like, well, I got what I wanted. I went trick or treating, and then this happened. And that was the only time I really went trick or treating. Now, I went on a haunted hayride one time. That was like when I was a bit older. I think that was probably the following year when I wasn't allowed to trick or treat anymore. My sister, she took us to Sleepy Hollow. I think it was either the Sleepy Hollow or somewhere in the city that my brother-in-law lived in. It was one of those two. And I was gonna go because they always talked about it, and I was just like curious. I'm like, honestly, I was scared. I was scared, but it was a fun experience. So like the hayride was actually pretty big. So like you could sit on obviously on the sides, but then there was like people can sit in the middle. And my scared ass definitely sat in the middle. I think I remember sitting in the middle, but I could have been sitting in the side. All I remember from that hayride was that I had my eyes closed the almost the entire time. And all I remember was that when it was kind of studying, it was just like a normal drive. You saw like, people like that were acting. Like I think someone was playing like a zombie. Then you saw a chainsaw person, which was bringing me back memories from that trick or treating event. And but they weren't like close, so like it wasn't like I was scared. I thought it was gonna stay that way. And then we saw like we are gonna go into like this mini tunnel. It was like just like a mini tunnel. Like it was just in and out. It wasn't like in out. It was just in out, in out, in out. It wasn't like, not really necessarily tunnel. I don't know what to call it other than that. Sorry, I can't really think right now. But in that tunnel for like a split second, it had like a big spider on top, like a fake one. But me being scared of bugs and insects, yeah, no, thank you. Like I'm not really necessarily scared of spiders, but if they were starting getting near me and they're gonna start crawling on me, that's when I'll be scared. Other than that, if it's like a house spider doing its own thing, not even trying to get close to me or like anything like that, like then I'm fine. It's not a big deal. Like do your thing, just don't bother me. You know. But when I saw that, I was so scared. I like that. I think that's when I started closing my eyes. I was just like, no, no, no. And then as soon as I feel like the ride was coming to an end, I like kind of opened my eyes, and then like I saw like all those people that were acting like zombies, and like the chainsaw. Oh my god, they started coming to the hayride and like they were like shaking us and stuff like that. And I was just freaking out. I was like, oh my god, no, 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 no. And then I heard the chainsaw. I was like, God, no, please. Oh my god. Like, you don't know my thoughts then and there. Cause like, I know it was like all acting and it was actors, but what if like one of the actors just got mad and actually got to like, I mean the chainsaw was probably fake, but that's what I was thinking. Like, what if it was just the like the person just got mad and just started killing people? Like, I don't know. That was just my thought process. And even now, I kind of think of scenarios like that. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I mean, I do have anxiety, so that's probably it. But man, that was scary. But I'm glad I went. I went to it. It was an experience. I'm not sure if it was in Sleepy Hollow, but I did visit Sleepy Hollow, and Sleepy Hollow is a beautiful place in New York that you should definitely go to, especially for Halloween, because Sleepy Hollow is basically Halloween City right there. It's a place where, you know, you can see the Headless Horseman. That's where like the urban legend pretty much at least originates from. At least that's what I got because there's a statue of the Headless Horseman there. So it was pretty cool. My other Halloween experiences been pretty normal. I think before the trick or treating event, if I'm correct. I don't know if it was before that or after that, but I did go pumpkin picking for the first time, and that was fun. And carving. Well, I didn't really necessarily carve the pumpkin exact. I mean, I think I did attempt to, but I was having a hard time. So my brother-in-law's mother helped me with that. It was fun, at least trying to carve it, but it was kind of a bit hard to carve. And it was just, it was fun doing the pumpkin picking. And then along with the pumpkin picking, that place also had like a maze that we had to go through. And it was me and my sisters, my brother-in-law, his brother, his parents, and his brother's wife. So it was all of us, and the goal of that maze, it was like a cornfield maze kind of thing, and we had to find all the planets. And we were on the road, like we were finding them pretty good. And then we got to Earth, and we're like, where the heck is Earth? And I think we were like trying to figure it out this whole time. Like every one of us was just trying to figure it the whole time. Like we had some idea, but we weren't sure if we were right, kind of thing. We were kind of just doubting if we were right or not. So like I think by the time we finished, we realized Earth is. We probably should have automatically put down Earth because we're in it already. But to this day, I don't even know if that was the right answer. But it was a fun experience to also do. That place also had a haunted house, but honestly, I was too pussy to even go there. I think haunted houses are something I try not to go to. Other than that, I just went to like Halloween school parties. Like I went to the one in middle school. That's definitely when I wore the Wonder Woman outfit too. And it was fun. Or I mean, some there was a guy that was thick, but other than that, it was fun. I think that middle school had like a haunted, like not like a haunted house, but like they would like out right outside where the party took place. They have like this like you can do like this thing like where you like enter this hallway like literally right outside the party room, and they would like do like a haunted thing to scare you. So like a haunted hallway, I guess you can say that. Which again, I don't like haunted houses, so I didn't go to that one. Definitely not. And I think the last thing I ever attended a Halloween thing was high school. I went to my high school Halloween party, and I remember at the time when I was friends with this girl, I think I went to her place first. We dressed up, we took a picture together, then we went, but that doesn't make sense. I think I did go to a Halloween party in my school, and then I think she probably threw her own Halloween party. I think that's what happened, and that's how I ended up in her house. Yes, I remember now. And the party was fine. It was normal. I mean, all my friends, just like me, were not into drinking. We didn't like drinking. I don't drink really. I just probably have. Well, now I have like a drink. That's it. I don't go any further than that. And then others, so like, but in high school, I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. I don't do drugs. I still don't smoke. I don't do drugs still. But yeah, most of my friends were like that, which was pretty nice because usually high schoolers at that time they're already doing all of those, or at least one. So it was nice to actually find people that are kind of like me. So the party was fine. I didn't have to worry about people like, spiking the drinks and stuff like that. So it was a really fun experience to have a party at my friend's house. My parents were really strict, so I didn't really get to have that much fun in parties because they just wanted me home like the moment I got there. So that being said, this is pretty much it. This is like my Halloween experiences. I hope I actually get to have more, especially in the future, especially when I plan to have kids. You know, maybe I can talk about an adult perspective. I haven't really done much, and I don't even know if I'm gonna do much this time around. Probably not because of quarantine. So, yeah, this is pretty much all I have. It's pretty much my experiences. Now, since I'm looking at it, it's pretty sad. Damn. Well, if you listen to it, thank you for listening to my stories. If you have anything similar or if you want to share your Halloween experiences down in the comments, feel free. Like, feel free to like unleash everything that you have to say about your experiences. No judgment for me and no judgment in the comments, please. No one have that. So, with further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.